always feel like I'm in the twilight zone, and I always feel like somebody's watching me, and I have no privacy. Oh, I always feel like somebody's watching me. Tell me, is it just a dream? When I come home,
This is a real email. This comes from Pepito. And we're going to read the thing in its entirety and then comment.
This is Pepito. Pepito is your number one friend and supporter and friend and fan. First, before question, Pepito needs to say something. Pepito watch your shows and can't wait for your next show. But then you two leave for a long time. This makes Pepito angry watching so many shows all the time. You two become like my family. Then you leave, go bye-bye for a long time without warning. This is unfair. Pepito, know you're busy, but this is unfair to leave without warning. You make Pepito worry. Pepito likes the intro. It can get better and better every time. Pepito thinks people go crazy for Edwin Valero. Pepito thinks Pacquiao and Guzman best 130 pounds and both beat Valero, especially Guzman. Valero can hurt Pacquiao, maybe? But what do you think happens in Valero Pacquiao and Valero Guzman? Why do you think Floyd is scared, is so-called pretty boy? Oscar de la Hoya is prettier.
Hopefully this is a girl. Right in.
I don't think it is, but Duncan Dokuwara is on his comeback shot. How long before he's champion do you think? Never. Who wins in fight, Francisco Lorenzo or Bobby Pacquiao? Give Pepito top 5 super featherweights. Love you, Pepito.
Okay. Thanks, Pepito. This is some of the kinds of emails we get, by the way.
Yep.
We do appreciate them,
Absolutely.
even though this...
Good thing we're having this kind of effect on people.
From other languages, apparently.
Yeah.
Thank you. Your English wasn't too terrible, actually. But anyhow...
Much better than whatever our other language would be if we tried to speak it.
Definitely. Believe me. But, anyhow, let's see. You wanted to know Edwin Valero. We haven't really seen a lot of Edwin Valero, but...
Seen about 3 fights on YouTube, I believe.
I've seen about 4 or 5 fights now. But, I saw, like, an early fight, and I saw the rest were all late fights, all recent fights.
Yeah.
Except the Mosquera fight. Haven't seen that one yet. Really want to.
We're waiting.
But, yeah, we're
Yeah.
waiting, people. But, anyhow, this, let's see.
Valero and Pacquiao, I mean...
Pacquiao, I'd
have to go with Pacquiao, of course.
Have to go with him, and the way I've seen Valero in those recent fights that I've seen of his, the sparring I've seen, he looked like he was really skilled.
Yeah, that's
And
looked
I
a
think
lot
he
more
can
impressive than his
possesses-
fights.
He possesses skill. He needs to get back to that.
Yeah, and
And
fight
maybe,
that way.
maybe now that he's out of this first round knockout phase,
Yeah.
maybe now he can get to actually boxing. Actually, like, not trying to take these guys' heads off. Because I think I saw his first fight and he wasn't trying that.
No.
He just got the first round knockout.
And then about his 14th or so fight, he was on this streak, of course, of first round knockouts.
Well, he was probably trying it even 10 fights in or so, but
yeah,
anyhow.
because he had the streak, so he was, of
But
course,
now that
trying
he's
harder.
not on trying for the streak,
Right.
because if you're trying for the knockout that hard, you can't get into
Yeah.
the fight that well. You can't get into your technique that well.
And usually it's not going to come, pretty much, when you try that hard for it, so...
Yeah, although this guy did, so
Yeah.
that says something for him. Although his opposition,
That's
that
amazing.
says something
Yeah.
too. But anyhow, this Mosquera guy was good that he fought,
Absolutely.
and he beat him.
In
so
his hometown.
and these guys that he sparred with,
Yep. Sparred with Eric Morales.
Morales, I think Urango.
No, not Urango. It was Armando Santa Cruz, Jose Armando Santa Cruz. He sparred
Okay.
with, and the Santa Cruz brothers. He apparently fucked up pretty bad.
I
in
think
sparring.
Juan Lescano, I think.
Yeah, I believe that was another one. So some good, decent fighters. And
no,
Morales.
no wonder. This was before he was even known. This was
Yeah.
like a couple of years ago.
Definitely. This guy has what it takes, it looks like, so looking forward to seeing more and more of him, but they need to
Hopefully
start
they
showing him here.
legalize him or take away the medical suspension.
Yeah. I mean, he's going to fight, so let it go already.
Absolutely. He's fighting. He's
Yeah.
been fighting.
Exactly. Since it happened, so you're
Might
not
as
doing
well let
anything.
your state or country,
Yeah.
whatever,
And make
the
money off of him, whatever.
Make the tourism money from it, make the revenue, bring it here.
You're not stopping him from fighting, so give up.
Absolutely. I mean, he's going to fight overseas
Yeah.
or he's going to fight here.
Absolutely.
And if he's fighting overseas, we don't get to see it, and we don't like that. So do something about it.
Absolutely. And Guzman against Valero.
Yeah, Guzman.
Still have to go with Guzman. I mean, we haven't seen enough of Valero to really make a...
It really depends on if Valero gets back to his skilled style or not. If he continues with the style that he's shown in these recent fights that we've seen, no, definitely not.
Guzman. And Guzman is one of the slickest fighters around right now. He somewhat uses the Mayweather style defense.
No, I do have to say I was really impressed with Valero's sparring.
His sparring. I've been more impressed with his sparring by far than the fights I've seen of him.
I was unbelievably impressed. I was like, this guy, what?
Yeah, he's very skilled. Yeah. If he just uses that in these fights, he can really go a long way.
Who knows?
So,
I mean, and we'd have to see that first.
Yeah,
so right now, Guzman, absolutely.
Yeah.
Would have to, and also, let's see. What do you think happens in Valero Pacquiao and Valero Guzman? Okay, we answered that. Why do you think Floyd is called Pretty Boy? That doesn't sound like a very serious question.
Because he's flashy, whatever, flamboyant.
Because it was also a name of a known bank robber, killer, something like that. I think bank robber. And probably did some killing too on his way out of the banks. But
or maybe he waited in line for.
He might have waited in line inside.
Yeah, long line here, but
with his note. But anyhow, Pretty Boy Floyd was actually he was a killer, kind of like Bonnie and Clyde, people like that. Bonnie and Clyde, Mickey and Mallory from Natural Born Killers, who were real.
Yeah. Great movie. But anyway,
the Boston Strangler, someone like that. That's where Floyd got the nickname and had kind of played off that, you know.
Yeah.
And that's why it's called Pretty Boy. If you're serious about the question, we took it seriously. Not really, but anyhow, Oscar De La Hoya is prettier. You're gay.
Hope you're a girl again.
Duncan Dokuwari is on his comeback trial. How long before he's champion? Never.
That's a less chance of happening than Shannon Briggs becoming undisputed champ.
By far.
That's pretty bad.
And Ron Hurd, Duncan Dokuwari did lose to fucking Dominic Gwynn. Get it through your fucking head. You know you were wrong.
The former editor of Boxing Talk.
I
haven't seen him in a while.
He had a big argument with me about whether or not Duncan Dokuwari won that fight. And he refused to change the result for months. That's the story with that.
Probably why he got fired.
Got flushed.
Yeah.
Like Dokuwari. But, anyhow, and his site's taken off, though. Not like ours. But, no, ours is taken off. But who wins in a fight with Francisco Lorenzo or Bobby Pacquiao? Bobby Pacquiao.
Yeah, haven't ever seen Francisco Lorenzo at all, so know nothing about him. I mean, they haven't shown him here, so definitely would have to go with Bobby Pacquiao.
And look at who Bobby Pacquiao's beat 3 fights in a row.
Carlos Navarro and Carlos Hernandez, then Kevin Kelly. Not out Kevin Kelly.
Each fight he was supposed to lose.
Yeah.
Each one.
And the best opponent out of all of those, Kevin Kelly, is the one he beat the most impressively, actually.
And Kevin Kelly just beat Carlos Hernandez.
Absolutely. So, you know.
So you can't even say, well, you can't just chalk it up as Kevin Kelly was too old now.
Yeah, because he just put on a very dominant performance.
True, he was too old, but
of course
he still had some.
Yeah, he's still got something left, and maybe they could even get a rematch, but who knows. I would pick Kelly again if they fought again.
I'd pick Pacquiao.
Yeah, but we'd have to see, who knows.
And then Kelly would win, but anyhow, so definitely. But anyhow, that's the mailbag. Thank you, Pepito. Thank you, everyone.
You're a girl. Again.
I think maybe you were kidding some. I think that whole email may have been fake. Who knows? But we answered it. So anyhow, thank you all for writing in. boxingforreal@gmail.com. Sorry for not getting those mailbags sooner. I don't know how many episodes I cut this into, but yeah, tell me later.
Nothing sacred. I glanced at statement, the crowd at pavement. Look to the ring, amazing. Yo, it's Freddy versus Jason. Oh my goodness. Freddy stepped out, was on some shook shit. Creeping around the ring, sidestepping and walking crooked. Jason overlooked it and tried to grab him from the side. But you know how Freddy do, he's playing tricks with his mind. He appeared from behind and tried to hack him in the back. Jason snuffed him in his face and laid him flat out on the mat. The crowd was screaming. Freddy jumped up, his mouth was weak and couldn't take the sight of bleeding. On his knees and started pleading. Jason started squeezing around his neck and gripped him tighter. Freddy even up the odds and made a tag to Michael Myers. Yo, they cheating. It's 2 against 1. The ref ain't see his sleep or hold around his neck. Michael Myers left Jason dreaming. Freddy couldn't wait to take him back to Crystal Lake, but his corrupted plans disrupted by a psycho Norman Bates with a shovel in his hands, almost ready for work. Fucked up, Freddy and Mike, cause he wearing a skirt. But while they laughing, he started attacking and skull smashing. It couldn't last long cause Michael Myers' beard grabbed him. Freddy started slashing. It looked like Norm about to fall, so he brought the leprechaun in the ring, ready to brawl. Yo, this kid is raw, throwing his hands, using the ring. So Michael called his shorty up, Charles Lee Gray, to do his thing. Now it's really on. Chucky versus the leprechaun. They just circling in the ring, sizing up and bearing arms. Chucky tried advancing, and leprechaun he started prancing around the ring, sweet with his feet and taunt dancing, aggravating Chuck. Leprechaun, he can't be touched, but since Charles from the streets, he did back and gave a rush. Leprechaun got struck down on the mat, he yelling fuck. Chucky hopped on his back and threw him in the camel clutch. This scene is sickening, something to witness, tremendous vulgar. Then Leatherface entered the ring and took it over. He's a true soldier with a chip on his shoulder, cause his movie franchise the only one that's really over. Started chainsaw, murdering, ripping bodies apart. Had Chucky glitching up cause he trying to eat out his heart. Then we had the route and couldn't see the final bout, so I'll leave it up to 12 to tell you how it all turned out.